All right, today we're jumping into something, well, a little different. We're looking at a source that points to a really unique service in Leeds, one that says it has all the answers for your love life. So let's just get right into it. The source kicks things off with a question that honestly, who hasn't felt this way, right? It's that feeling that, what do I do now in your love life, that really sets the stage for the kind of guidance we're about to explore. Okay, so first things first, what is the actual problem we're talking about here? Let's break down the specific relationship hurdles that, according to this source, people in Leeds are trying to clear. And what's really interesting is how specific it gets. This isn't just about feeling unhappy. The source actually calls out these big, distinct issues. We're talking full-on breakups, serious marriage problems, compatibility clashes, and even just those small, everyday misunderstandings that, let's be real, can really wear you down. All right, so now that we know the problems, the source naturally moves on to a solution. So what is it? Let's find out. Okay, look at the language here. It's so direct, so confident. It's not saying, hey, here are some helpful tips. No, it's making a huge claim, an expert love problem solution. That wording alone tells you everything about how this service positions itself. They want you to see them as the authority, the one with the real, effective answers. So you have to ask, who is this expert making these big claims? Well, the source calls them a love specialist astrologer. And what they do, according to the text, is this really interesting mix of the practical and the spiritual. They're supposedly giving you concrete things to do, remedies, but also guiding you on a spiritual level to work through these super complex personal problems. Okay, so we've got the problem and we've got the specialist, but what's the actual method? What do they do? Let's dig into their approach. It seems to be a three-step thing. First, you get these specific, tangible remedies. Then, that's backed up with spiritual guidance, to handle the emotional side of it all. And then there's this last part. The source calls it applying powerful solutions. It sounds very final, very decisive, like the thing that's meant to lock in the fix for good. So after all that, what's the end game? What's the big promise? What's the goal for someone who actually goes through with this? Let's see. And really, it all comes down to one simple, powerful word: peace. The source suggests this is way more than just, not arguing anymore. It's about finding a real, genuine sense of calm and well-being with your partner. And this is where you really see the transformation they're promising. It's a super clear path from problem to solution. You go from misunderstanding to happiness, from instability to stability, and from conflict to harmony and peace. I mean, it's the ultimate before and after narrative for a relationship, isn't it? And finally, the source brings it all back to reality. If someone's interested in this, it lays out exactly how to get in touch. And there you have it, all the details right there. The source gives a phone number, an email, even a website. And that's a key detail, right? It takes this from being just some abstract idea you read about online and turns it into a real, tangible service that, well, you could actually contact. So as we finish up with this source, it kind of leaves us with a much bigger question, doesn't it? I mean, this astrological service is just one example of where people might turn. It really gets you thinking. When we're faced with these incredibly complex emotional problems in our lives, where do we go for guidance? And what do our choices say about what we're all really searching for?